Well, good evening, everyone. Nancy Hart here, Whole Heart Evolution. It is our midweek mindset tune-up, and I would like to talk briefly with you tonight about the power of a breadcrumb. Actually, a series of breadcrumbs. When you were a kid, did you ever leave a breadcrumb trail for somebody to come follow you? Maybe you're off camping, maybe you're off taking a hike, maybe on your bike, and somebody had said to you, hey, we need to be able to leave a trail so people can follow us, right? So you left breadcrumbs along the way. Well, I'd like to read to you something tonight from one of my favorite inspiration books. Many of you have seen me hold this up before, The Daily Flame, Dr. Lisa Rankin. And there's a very short opportunity to engage with the breadcrumb in a different sort of a way. How we might actually look for the ones that may be sitting right in front of us and leading us somewhere perhaps we might love even more than where we are now. This is The Inner Pilot Light. That's Dr. Rankin's voice that she writes in. It's number 137. And Daily Flame says this. Inner Pilot Light says this. And it goes like this. My dear, make me a promise today. You know that first breadcrumb on the path to your truest calling that I tossed your way? You know the one I'm talking about, the one you barely noticed at first, but it's been niggling at you. The one that feels a bit scary and uncomfortable and out of your comfort zone, but also gives you a spring in your step. The one that makes your mind gasp, but what would everybody think? And how could I ever possibly pay the bills? Yeah. That one. Will you trust for a moment that you have been sent on an assignment to carry out a gorgeous mission in service to a more beautiful world? Can you just have faith that this one breadcrumb, just this one breadcrumb, will lead to another breadcrumb, which will lead to another breadcrumb? But you won't be given the second breadcrumb until you muster up the moxie to say yes to the first. Would you be willing? Can you find it in your heart just to say yes to this one small request? You don't have to understand the breadcrumb. Just take one little step toward it and see what happens next. Baby steps, my dear. Baby steps. Signed, Your Inner Pilot Light. I would venture to say that baby steps, as my teacher and mentor has shared with me, and as I've probably shared with you before, baby steps, guys, will take you up Mount Everest. We're here for purpose. The whole point of this, following the breadcrumbs that the Infinite has set out for us, it's about finding the opportunity to bring our gifts to this great, glorious, beautiful world, and to express them perhaps in even a different way. That's the breadcrumb trail. I would pose to you that if you are feeling some longing and some discontent inside you, if it doesn't have a name, but maybe it feels like sandpaper, would you be willing to look around? That's kind of the first breadcrumb that something's up. Would you be willing to take a step in the direction of getting curious about what that might be about, what that might look like, maybe even giving a name to it? And as you give a name to it, you have an opportunity to set for yourself and discover for yourself that next breadcrumb. And that next breadcrumb is actually a question. If this is coming up inside me, if this is really a burning desire that might be expressed, if this is life actually sharing good news that, hey, there's some more growth in there, if that's the first breadcrumb, what might the next one be? What if I ask myself, what is the next breadcrumb, and it comes in the form of another question? What would I love in my life? What is this itchy, scratchy, longing, burning desire inside me trying to say? What's it trying to tell me? It's there for a reason. I'm not meant to just be uncomfortable to be uncomfortable. It's a sign of growth, folks. And I invite you to follow the breadcrumb trail. Notice that first one and then ask, what might the next one look like? What would I love? And see what that breadcrumb offers you next. That's it for now. It's all about breadcrumbs. And breadcrumbs in the form of a life, an expanded life you love. That's it for now. I'll see you next week, guys. Have a great one. Take care. Notice the breadcrumbs. Take care. Bye-bye.